Welcome guests and audience. For today's interview, we have a special guest who needs an intervention just as bad as we need oxygen. This guest was brought to the U.S. back in 1876 during the Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia to prevent soil erosion. They came from Japan, China, and the Indian subcontinent. They now reside in the eastern U.S. From what we hear, this guest is nothing but overbearing and toxic, not only to others, but also to climate change, because it decreases the soil's ability to sequester carbon. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome kudzu, or in scientific terms, Praria montana, the invasive species who devoured the South.
It's a pleasure to be here, even if it is against my will.
You don't think you need to be here? Why is that?
Well, I see nothing wrong with my lifestyle. I'm the best plant out there. Some people just don't appreciate what I do.
Well, to be fair, what you do is smother other plants and trees under a blanket of your leaves that ends up hogging all the sunlight. You can also survive in low nitrogen areas during droughts, which outcompetes native species that can't do that and leaves them with nothing.
Why'd you have to put it like that? The way I see it, I'm doing a favor for those lesser plants. I'm protecting them from the burning sun and giving them a beautiful cover with my leaves.
You must see that isn't helpful at all. Plants need the sun and your leaves smother them.
Well, that's only your opinion. Honestly, my gorgeous foliage should cover every plant and be in every home.
Great segue, kudzu. On that topic, we brought another guest to try to help you understand your invasive ways. We'll be back with the homeowner. Welcome back, guest. Now welcome the homeowner.
Yes, hello.
So, what brings you here today?
Well, I'm here, if not to help kudzu understand its ways, find closure for me.
Would you mind letting us know the history between you and the plant here?
No problem. I heard about kudzu back in the day. All my friends down southeast were talking about this new plant that would be amazing to have outside for decor. But boy, were we wrong. Soon enough, kudzu was growing out of hand, growing at least 1 foot a day, devouring my whole yard. It was unstoppable, hard for me to control.
Well, maybe get stronger methods of killing me. It's not my fault my roots grow up to 12 feet long and weigh up to several hundred pounds, you know. And by the way, I did that house of yours a favor. It was an ugly color anyway. Instead of complaining about my hairy stems and twined vines, you should be appreciative.
I wanted you to make my yard look pretty, not cover it all up.
You have no taste because I actually am pretty, but maybe looks aren't everything to you.
Okay, before we continue forward, I'd like to take a look at your family, kudzu. Tell me about them.
There's not much really. I'm part of the Fabaceae legume or pea family, and there's maybe 15 species apart from me. We mainly reach and distribute around Japan and China to North America, mainly the South. And I'd like to point out that I came to your America unwillingly. Y'all wanted to use me and it backfired. I say that sounds like a you problem.
You know what? You are the problem.
Excuse me?
Now, homeowner, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You know what? I think I'm done here. See ya.
You seem to come from a very large family. It says here in my notes that you contain alkaloids and that you are categorized as part of the legume family, which contains toxic and indigestible substances, anti-nutrients. One could say that it's in your chemistry to be toxic in nature and attitude.
Look, you can paint me as a bad invasive plant, but you got me all wrong. I'm used as erosion control. I increase the nitrogen in the soil by working with the nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Because I have roots that go deep, I also transfer valuable minerals from the subsoil to the topsoil. I I even helped the deforestation area in the Amazon rainforest.
Very interesting.
By spraying more water for the plants. And just so you know, in traditional Chinese medicine, I'm known as one of the 50 fundamental herbs.
Even so, my semi-wooden friend, you are still invasive to the majority of the U.S. South. And when we return, we will hear from firsthand the tree. Welcome back, everyone. Now here to tell their story is a regular, non-specified tree from down south.
Hello, Dr. Botany. I'm here to talk about my relationship with that invasive vine.
Anyways, tell us your story.
Well, my relationship with kudzu was pretty one-sided. I mean, I got the short end of the stick, and that's an expression. I see now I was only used as a pawn for the kudzu to climb up my trunk and steal the sunlight that was supposed to be for me. I was drawn to its 3 oval to heart-shaped leaves that were 3 to 4 inches long, but those pretty leaves were just more of my sunlight gone, because they could move and get as far as they wanted. Not just that, kudzu with roots also take all my nutrients in the soil. And trust me, those suckers can grow up to 12 feet long and spread, making sure to take everything they can. After its 3rd year, it's spread those purple flowers that make sure take everything it can. There's clusters of 20 to 30 hairy brown seed pods, which just caused more kudzu to grow all around me. It wasn't long before the kudzu covered everything in sight. I barely made it out alive because how it grew and multiplied. I would have been crushed by its weight, just its weight alone, heavy as...
Hey!
Wow, you are truly courageous. I know that in past relationships, kudzu is known to kill trees and other plants by smothering them and choking them with their fast-growing vines. So you are a survivor, indeed.
Hilarious. So funny. Survivor. In my defense, it's not my fault that I'm just so advanced. It's not my fault. I'm just better than everyone else.
I just wish things were different. I wish kudzu and I could live in peace and harmony. Too bad they're so stuck in their invasive ways and overbearing of nature.
Okay, well, sorry. I have needs that need to be fulfilled just like everyone around here. I don't understand why you guys are treating me like I'm such a bad guy. Back home in Japan, they would never do this to me.
Too bad you're not in Japan.
It seems to me that you, kudzu, are in fact toxic, invasive, and just plain conceited.
No, you don't understand. I'm not toxic. I can be better, I promise. I won't drown these other useless and beautiful plants from the natural sunlight. I am not toxic.
Kudzu, thank you very much, but all I was saying in my decision is that we need to send you to the ranch. The goat ranch, to be more specific. We have a farmer here to explain what exactly will happen to you. Sorry about that, folks. We had to separate the two. It was kind of getting a little bit heated over here. But now I'm here to introduce our farmer.
Howdy. Well, it's nothing crazy or anything. We'll just be using a goat herd or any grazing animal to graze on you.
This is absurd. I just want to grow and populate everything my vines and roots can grab onto.
You'll come to understand that soon we can all live in harmony. That is, if my goats don't get to you.
No, Dr. Botany, you don't understand. I can be better. I'll try not to be so invasive.
You murdered all my friends. What do you mean you want mercy?
Maybe you neighbors deserved it. How am I supposed to thrive when y'all are constantly trying to kill me? You know what? Fine. I take back everything I said. I'll grow a foot every day until I can't anymore and take over.
Well, it seems like you won't be doing that anytime soon. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this episode of Dr. Botany. Have a nice day. Wow, that was so good. That was so good, folks. Oh, are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I check something? Can I check to see if I can see? Alright, stop recording. Because I'm blind and
No.